John, thanks for having me on with
Appreciate
your
you
leader.
having.
Really, the purpose of this meeting is to cover the fast start, the basics of the comp plan, and then I'm going to dig in a little deeper with you guys since you've been around the industry. I want to talk a little bit about some of the different bonuses, especially how the binary works, and then a plan to how we can take people in a simple, duplicatable method to what we call a black crown, which the average income is documented about 23,000 US a month. So, again, the key to Zinzino is we differentiate ourselves because we're pioneering test-based nutrition, and we want this to build this into a global mega trend. Our goal is to create a global brand that's a multi-billion-dollar company, and we're hitting the growth curve like a hockey stick right now. The supplement industry is enormous, especially coming out of the pandemic. People are taking the health in their own hands. We recognize that a billion people are taking supplements, and half of them already take omega-3, and yet no one knows what they're taking is working. The purpose about really focusing this along with everything else, it starts with the balance test about their omega fatty acids. 6.3 billion people are deficient in omega-3. I tell people, Google the importance of omega 6 3 ratio. If you tell people to do that and then send them the article, and John, I'll send you a link in the WhatsApp after the one I share with everyone, they sell themselves on the reason they want to know this information. Okay. Any health conscious person is going to want to know why their doctor hasn't been testing them for this. So again, we see that not just us, but many people are going to get into test-based nutrition. It is the future. Why should we all take the same amount of a supplement? You may not need it. I may need it. You may be a 100-pound woman. I may be a 200-pound man. Why should we take two as an adult? So what we found is when people take the balance test for the omega fatty acids, 97% of the people worldwide fail. When they take our product for 4 months, 95% pass. There's no other company that can document that their product that they're selling to people is actually doing the job. We can depend on testimonial. I feel better, I look better, but how do you really know if it's placebo or anything else? We know. So Zinzino is already approaching this year. We'll hit the million customer mark. That's the goal in 2025. In 10 years, we expect to hit 20 million. And again, I've been around the industry. You have too. We all want to be with a company with a vision. They keep talking about 100 million customers. And at first I'm thinking, am I being sold? What is that story all about? But then you do the math. 6.3 billion people deficient. There's a global market. Okay. Number two, you get 1% of that, you're already there, right? Roughly. Then you look at 500 million people already taking this supplement. And I was 12 to 1 taking omega-3, high qualities. And then I switched to balance oil, redirected the same money. I went down to 3.3 to 1, which science says is optimum. So I know this is way better than what I was spending money on, and I just redirected the spending. So between that, all of other products, global expansion, I really see that this is a real number, and the company ownership and management talk about this constantly in our leaders council. They're building an infrastructure with Wall Street level management to build distribution around the world. Let's talk about the comp plan, which is the main reason for our get together. I want to just start out with the basics. When I do a Zoom meeting, and I just want to overview the opportunity, we start out saying, look, if you haven't been in network marketing, you need to know the basics. 50% of the revenue from customers is paid back to the field. That's the goal of the company, and they do that in commissions and perks. Orion and Hilda, unique ownership, because for the two of them, they came from the field, built the company. They evolved from starting with coffee. When I first knew about the company, they had started acquiring different companies, the test, the balance oil, the research. Next thing you know, they found an independent laboratory that's world famous in Oslo, and they went back to the field and turned over the ownership to someone else. They get paid from the same comp plan I'm about to talk to you about. So they are actually leading from the front. All of us that have been in network marketing and, has the owners been willing to get paid 100% the way you and I get paid? So they get paid from building the downline. And I sponsored with Orion because I figured who better to coach me than Orion as the owner, and Hilda is brilliant in her own right. So we become quite close, work very closely together. The guy has a lot of runway left in life, and he's showing us what's possible by leading from the front. But you can earn shares in this company, as I'll explain to you, which should be a big play. Orion, had a leaders call with us this last week, and he said, look, some people have come into our team, including myself, that have earned millions. And then I got people in my team that have earned a lot of money. But how many of them still have asset value when the company goes down or they got to make a change? How many of them have $1 million in assets? How many have 2 or 3? And the problem is they live to the level of their commission. And that's great. You have a big house in the lake. I had 2 big houses, multi-million-dollar houses, and you spend, a lot of money. And the problem is most people are not disciplined to build a portfolio of equity and stocks or investments. And so they're not really having that opportunity. So then Orion's goal is to help the partners here that build the company build equity. So no matter what they're doing with their commissions, they have an asset value. There's already about 40 people in Zinzino that themselves or their immediate family, their kids, have an asset value based on the share price right now of over €1 million. Okay, it's $1.15 million. So his goal is to have 300 people that have over that in the next couple of years. The basics is I talk to people about just having a part-time business, 10 to 30%, distribution. This is the home, this is the first slide of an overview on a BOM. I then talk about the customer career plan without all the details. So we have 2 sets of titles. You have to do personal business to get paid on your team, as you guys all know. I say it's 0 to 24 products. You're at the lowest level. You're just making 10% of the purchase price when they come in and buy a product the first time in your store. If you're part of the Fast Start program, which I'm going to cover with you guys, the first step is to get 4 personal customers. That's going to pay you $115 right out of the gate for the first products. And there's something called Zinzino for free, and this is for customers and partners. When someone refers somebody, let's say the bottle of oil, you refer somebody to the same product of equal or greater value, your product is free. So share 4, get yours for free. They call it Zinzino for free. A-Team is one of the most important titles that every partner needs for many reasons. It doubles your cash. Again, Norwegian company, their English is not our English. So, they say cash bonus. I just call it retail. So it doubles up your retail. Again, 5 people taking 5 products is 18. Okay, so that's your 25 points. You do have a credit value you need to meet as well as the point value. It's a little advanced knowledge here for new people. I don't get into it, but the credit value in network marketing language is commissionable value, CV. We see it in so many companies. People say what's your PV, purchase volume, versus your CV, commissionable value. In Zinzino, the glossary is credits equals commissionable value. Okay, so you have to get the points and the value of the products sold. That will put you at 18. You're making total 230 every month. So with 25 products, you're making 230. But here's the important part. Take a note. When you're 18, as soon as you're here, you qualify for something called RCB. Write down the initial RCB. Okay, reoccurring credit. Okay, bonus, reoccurring credit bonus, RCB. So when I learned the plan, I was overwhelmed. It was very sophisticated. I used to say complicated, but it really is sophisticated. Each part serves a purpose to make sure the money can be spread in the right way. So we get a very large middle class of earnings as well. And so it's very interesting, all the pieces once you really internalize it, but it took a while for me to learn the language of Zinzino. Okay. So what I learned is that this part here motivates everyone to get their store, their online sales up to 25 personal products, and the credit value will be 125 when you read the paperwork. But when you've done this in personal sales, all the stores in your downline, any of the reoccurring orders, because we're selling subscriptions, they double the credit value. So you're getting paid twice as much on the residual. You get twice as much. You can, earn your promotions on half the credits. Now, there's another thing that's important here we'll talk about later, and that's the refund on your ultimate pack as a result of being A team in your 12th month. So we'll come back to that. So I show people in an overview. I just go quickly through this, say, hey, you get to 25 products, $230 monthly bonus. It doubles the overrides on your online stores reorders. You're making about $9.25 a product at this level. The next step to make money residually, other than the 20% cash bonus, and then, they put the reorders into your team commission, which is your binary. You get up to the pro team. Now you're making $345 as a base, up to $402. They actually have a bonus when you hit this level each month that you hit it. What brings it from 345 to 402 is a $57.50 additional bonus. You make a one-time $575 bonus when you hit Pro Team, but they pay it over 10 months. So what I did is added 345 with the 57. That's why I just do it as an overview, and I don't show the detail in a business presentation. Is too much. But this is advanced training for you guys to know when you go back and look at the pieces. Okay. I hit 100 customers. I get 8 or so people, maybe 9. And at this level, you go into 30% now. You make 575 base every month, but then you get this nice bonus. Okay. And in the same way I just explained with the $575 bonus for Pro Team, you get 11,500 spread over 25 months going forward. Okay. And that's $460 additional per month. So when you add it to the 575, you're at 1,035 a month. Now, here's something interesting about this. First of all, I like it because it keeps people in. But let's say I hit this month's total, I qualified, which I did. The next month, I don't qualify. I drop to 99 customer points, okay? Or my credits is a little lower. I don't lose a month of the 25. I pick it up wherever I left off. So this is one of the things I liked. If you're at this level here, and you get this one-time bonus, it's just spread over time, which keeps our people in the game, right? But that's a pretty good payout. That's over $10 a product when you're there. Again, these are retail titles, so there's 2 sets of titles. This is your personal store sales from your online store. I've got somebody over the 200-point mark now. She's at this doctor that she runs. She's a gynecologist and does an in vitro clinic in Texas, by the way, John. And she's already she'll be over 300 customers soon. So she actually qualifies for the vacation. If you've been in other MLMs where you've won trips, normally it's only being at the top positions. You can just get customers and win a trip. Next year's trip's to Bali. I want all of you guys to go to Bali. We'll talk about getting to director. You qualify before October at director, which all of you should be well before then. You can go to Bali with everyone in I guess it's March of 2026. So anyway, this is the retail. When I do a business overview, I just go through this quickly. This is more of a training, and that's why I'm taking a little more detail with you guys. Again, let's just put this aside. It's 10 to 30%. There's different bonuses you can make. And then we'll dig into what the real comp plan is. So like anybody that's done network marketing, you can do your own efforts, but you really want to build a team and get the reoccurring sales. You can start for free, but it's not the way to do it. You're just a sales rep. You want to go sell, get an online store, go for it. But this is the options. You got 3 starter packs: basic, advanced, and ultimate. Okay. One test with basic 3 tests with advanced, 10 tests with ultimate. 66% of all the starts in Zinzino globally start with an ultimate pack. Okay, almost everybody in my team does. The percentage in the U.S. is much higher for ultimate packs, where our economy is a little better than most of the countries around the world where Zinzino operates. Obviously, more value that you put up, but I'm going to tell you, selling ultimate packs is pretty easy for me. When you think about the retail on these tests are $170 a piece if you retailed it, and there are people that do. If you look at the value of all the products, it's over $3,000 in products for $1,150. And so I focus on this because the tests are needed to build your team. It's how you're going to get your customers. It's how you're going to recruit your people, whether you retail it or you use them to sign up. And by the way, when someone becomes a customer, I sign them up for a subscription, there's a drop-down box in the ordering process where they can ship the test back to their sponsor, the person that brought them in, so you can get your test back and keep recycling your tests. Often I say to somebody, keep that test your wife, and then when she's done, send the other one back to me. So I keep the tests working. They're like my little soldiers. They're my worker bees. So that's what I try to do with the tests, to keep rotating them through. So that's just, again, you can check the retail video I did on the US for, my approach to selling retail. The key thing here is this: how do you explain and sell the ultimate pack? It's simply this, it's not only the most value, but what if you could start for free? Of course, everyone would do it. Here's the point. We have a refund campaign, which is brilliant. I don't know any other company in the industry that does this. If you do your job, it's just like, and here's my analogy. If you were renting an apartment, you put down your first month and at least your security, right? If you live up to the contract a year later, you get your security back because you left everything, you did what you were supposed to do. So if you buy an ultimate pack and do what you're supposed to do, which is get to A team, that 25 personal products points with 125 credits, the only difference is those 25 points have to be what they call premier customers. Again, a definition of a premier customer equals subscription. Okay, subscription, everyone knows, is a dirty word. No one likes to hear subscription. So premier customer, okay, that's the language. So the idea is you got 25 customers, you hit the A team, they're on subscription. You do that. The only month that matters, take note, is the 12th month. And they can see this in the back office, which month that is. So I got my first group of people coming up this month that need to be at this before the end of the month. And then they qualify for the refund and they get the entire $1,150 back within 45 days of qualifying. So the 13th month or so, they end up getting that back. So that means you started your business with $3,000+ worth of products and tests for free. So think about that. That's really a hell of an offer. It's a good closing, tool. It's a good explanation to make sure people understand, and you'll be able to close a lot of people. Now, when I'm doing a basic presentation in the United States, you need to be very clear. Like tonight, Larry and I are doing a public Zoom. I'm going to show you the 2 slides that we'll share when it comes to the career plan here and all these titles, but we're not allowed to illustrate the average incomes. Now, in a training like this, I can do it. In a closed group, and I know who's on the call, I can do it. When I'm doing, a private Zoom or a home meeting or something, of course, I share with the people because they need to know there's money here. But here's what was interesting. You go from bronze all the way up to Black Crown with 2 teams, ambassador, 3 teams, 4 teams here. And, each new leg you build, you can go wider with the glow. So here's the summary of the comp plan. When I'm doing like tonight, I would say, look, you can earn 10 to 30% on your retail, and you can get up to an 11,500 bonus when you get to 100. So that I want to show some money, right? Z for free. You get 1 product, even your customers can get free product. Refer 4 same or greater value products, you get a free product every month. You pay for shipping, and that's it. Fast start bonuses is critical to growing the business. If we just teach Zinzino for free and the fast start program, and we compress that 120 into 60 days. I'm going to show you how to get to black crown in a year before we jump on this off this Zoom in the next few minutes. We have these different types of bonuses. Basically, you help your people get customers. When they get customer bonuses, you get paid too. So we're always paid to really teach and duplicate customer acquisition and keep us very clean. We have an average customer to rep ratio over 20, which is unheard of in this industry. Earn 10 to 15% override. This is on your commissionable value of all the sales in your shops. You can earn in the binary, they call it team commission, 10 to 15%. And I'll talk about that today before we get off the call. I'm going to do a little training on that for you. Each time you move up one of these ranks, there's several layers of earning rank advancements. So you can earn 3 different rank advancement bonuses for requalifying at a position 3 different times, and then multiple times after that, you keep getting paid for it. So these get quite lucrative. When you get up to the higher ones, they become 4 figures and even 5 figures for hitting those positions, which is significant. This is one of the things I like best about it. The comp plan, because it incentivizes us not to have a charity mentality of just waiting for people to, in a binary, to kind of spill over, because this is really a hybrid of a binary. Any serious person's going to build 4 legs. And then eventually more. So obviously, if you're going to drive 4 legs, you're always going to work with your weaker ones and your weaker side more. But the idea is to make the most money. You'll have 3 income centers, and I want you to drive 4 legs eventually. That would make sense. But let's just talk about matching bonus and why this is in the plan. It was designed to force and motivate us to sponsor people. The more people you personally sponsor, the better. And you can read all this in your documents, but here's how it works. If you sponsor me, you can earn up to 5 or 20, up to 25% matching income from me and all your personally enrolled partners. So all of your personally enrolled people, you can earn up to 25% of what's called their team commission. Team commission definition, your binary income. It's one of many bonuses, but it's the core bonus for the binary, which I am going to explain in detail in a few minutes. Okay, so that's the matching bonus. The top goal. They've just added a new bonus this year. It used to be to get to 25%, you need to sponsor 10 people personally that are platinums. Okay, down here. That's not the biggest position in the world, but you sponsored 10 people at platinum, you're getting the full 25%. Okay. Now they just added a new thing. If you sponsor 20 people that are at diamond, you're going to get not only 25% matching, but you get matching income on 5 generations of the people they sponsor, the people they sponsor, the people they sponsor through 5 levels. So this is the crown jewel of income in the Zinzino plan. If you really drive and recruit 20 people that stay diamond in a month, the kind of money they're going to pay for that is incredible. So this just got announced this year. And so, you got to look at all the moving parts. This is not for everybody, but obviously for a business builder, for a recruiter, again, we have years ahead of us in terms of the life runway of this business. That's going to be, a major goal for the recruiter, right? And plus the people in the downline benefit because you're a recruiter. Now, when you get to director and above, they start paying you part of this 4%. They added it on top of your 10 to 15% of your team commissions. Again, you can read all the details in the plan. The big reason that I looked at Zinzino as differently is getting a chance to get my shares, because I didn't want to be a rep again. Many times I almost started my own company, and I don't want the headache, and I don't want a job. I like the freedom of what I do, and I think all of us do. But I like being able to earn a share in the company, vacations. These are the shares, and this is the income slide. In Europe and other parts of the world, they have this form where they show the average income. Okay. I cannot show this slide in a business presentation in an open meeting. It lends us to, in the U.S. is overly sensitive in their regulation. Even though this is true statistics from Zinzino themselves, average income, this is what we know. So I tell people in a training, pick a number. Black Crown is, you can build with 2 lines, just 2 teams to 23,000 a month. When you're building your third leg, you can start moving toward ambassador. You can go to president. You can go to global. All these different positions are possible. Now, what's great is when you've built 4 teams to president, there's a 200,000 euro block of shares available to you, 300,000 for elite, 500,000 for president. These are shares. Okay, then you can add additional lines. And they'll allow you to add other income centers to build up to the higher levels. So there's up to 4 million euros in shares. They paid a dividend 11 straight years. Soon in March, they'll be paying their 12th year in a row of dividends on the stock, which is almost unheard of in business today, if you check. That's a very rare company that does that. And so, again, this is a distributor-owned company. This is a very customer-centric company. This is with 4 lines, you can drive to the bigger incomes. I can tell you, when I hit Black Crown, I was over 30,000. When I hit Royal, I went over 50. Okay, so just to let you know, but it was solid income. It wasn't, just a front end load on people. Okay, this is really building a customer business that will keep it solid long term. Now, here's some of the things that I think are important. When I looked at president, as someone who's been there before, my last company, I did billing on an average of $15 a month bill on a phone bill. I did over $26 million a month in sales. So the goal here at president is build 4 teams, balance. If you did 1 million euros, and I'm not talking credits, this commissionable value, I asked Orion, how much real money? And then I figured it out. If you were doing about 1,150,000 US, 1 million euros in month in sales, you'd be a president. Okay. The average makes over 57,000. One of the presidents I know just made like 98,000 this month. So I know that's, it depends on if you're building, right? Elite president, you're doing about double that. So maybe 2.5 million US a month. Global president is about 5 million a month. So, of course, I came in with a focus on global president. I want to drive to that. I gave myself a couple year target to get that done. Even if it took 3 years, is it worth it? And then you have a solid reorder base. Now, if you want to build more and more lines, great. You can max out with 4 legs at about 350,000 a month. So it just depends what you're looking for. Now, I can't show that in anything but training. But again, going back to what we talked about, you got 3 starter options. The refund campaign is important to close people. Now, if someone doesn't start with that, if they start with a basic or an advanced, okay, within the first 6 months, let's say I start with a basic and I'm on month 4 since I started, month 5, as long as I upgrade and get an advanced pack. So now I have the equivalent, and let me back up. There is customer points, which we all know now. There's a point value for each product, 1 point. But there's also, these packs have something, write the term down, enrollment point. Enrollment point. So basic is 1 enrollment point. Advanced is 2 enrollment points. Ultimate is 3 enrollment points. Enrollment means you enrolled somebody, you sponsored somebody, you started somebody. So when someone has a base, let's say starts with a basic, he has 1 enrollment point. He needs to purchase 3 enrollment points before his first 6 months to be eligible for the refund campaign. So I have a lot of people that started with one of those packs because they were financially stressed, upgraded before 6 months because they already had their 25 points. They already knew they'd get the money back anyway. So they went out, upgraded, and now they're waiting another 6 months before that 1 year, and then they get the full 1150 back or whatever it is. Okay. So, but the easiest thing is just start with your ultimate pack and duplicate people starting with ultimate packs, and we'll get people refunds in their 12th month. Now let's go into the fast start. Let's start kind of teaching what you need to teach others. It's optional, but to be in the fast start to earn up to $2,875, okay, you need to select your monthly auto order. So when I start a person, they get an ultimate pack. I usually tell them, don't wait on this. You need to be in the fast start. If this was required to earn money, that also would be an issue for the regulators because it's pay to play. That's not how this works. It's optional. But obviously we're networkers, we know it's smart. They want you to pay for your oil, and you get an oil, you get a test every 4 months, you get your back office, you get a GoCore app, so basically you get your 10 credits, $79 because you're purchasing it. And I get everyone to do that simultaneously to buying their ultimate pack. Now, you want that for free. The company does not want you paying for that. Yes, you have a question, John?
Yeah, sorry, I was muted. Just real quick, are you having people just get on the regular oil, or are you pushing the black $97 bottle? Just wanted clarity on that.
It's just a choice. I've been doing the regular. The black one has more polyphenols. That's more of a group. That's a question for, Stuart. What I would go with him and ask him about that.
Okay. I just wanted, duplication.
Well, again, it's preference of what people feel is better. I use both products. I bought enough of the other ones, so I'm still consuming some of the stuff I purchased. Some people, they do like a home party like the old days, and they have friends over, and Larry's wife was a yoga instructor, and she has classes at her house. She sold the test and the oil, paid for her ultimate kit just on retail. So it's
Yep.
depends who you are, right? We're builders, so we're going to be focusing on building. But so now you understand what this is. We want to get this for free, and this is something we got to teach. So as a customer, if you look at here where it says customer, every customer gets their own online store. I got 14,000 customers in my first 12 months. What I want them to do is to get in touch with every customer and say, why are you paying for your product? You should get it for free. Let me help you. Who have you talked to about the test? You give me 4 referrals. Let me help you get your product for free. So if I refer 4, their oil is free. They only pay shipping. And by the way, you'll realize when people pay for shipping, they get the entire shipping costs credited back to them in something called Zinzino cash, which they can use at some point to buy more products, get free products, try additional products. So the shipping is kicked back to the customer or the partner, and they can use that to buy more. So Zinzino for free is how we can organically create lists, develop more contacts, network through our customers to build customers. A satisfied customer is always the best person to get more customers. Now, a customer doesn't make money. Okay, the partner gets paid. So when you're in the Fast Start program, the first step 1 is to qualify. And I tell people, do this your first week. Now, it was easy. My fiance, Stacy, I made her customer right away. She bought 4 products right away. It took 5 products to get 20 credits. She needed 20 credits. When we did that, it kicked in $115 right away. So we spent maybe $130 to get those 4 or 5 products. We covered the 20 credits. We hit step 1 of the Fast Start. They gave us $115. So it was almost stupid because I could, within my own home, made my first customer. Then I realized, wait a minute, I could be my own customer because you could be a customer of your store too. So make yourself a customer of your store. And then we actually said, well, let's make me a customer of Stacy's store, or Stacy a customer of my store, because we bought a bunch more products as we wanted to try the shakes and the skincare, and we wanted to get some of the things that weren't in the ultimate pack. And next thing you know, my customer account was getting a free product, and my $79 auto order was free. So we were getting like 12 products and paying for like 9 or something like that. Or 10. So again, step one of the fast start, I try to control this within the first week. It's again, or go out and get your family and friends to be customers, whatever you got to do. This is step one of the fast start. Step two, enroll 2 within your first 60 days. Okay, so this means we need to generate what's called 6 enrollment points. Remember the enrollment points. A basic BPK is 1, advanced is 2, ultimate is 3. So you have to sell 6 enrollment points in order in 60 days to get $460. So people ask, like, how much do you make on an ultimate pack? Well, it really takes you selling the equivalent of 2 in 60 days to make that first 460 up front. Now, there's other commissions on that, so it's hard to give you an exact number because those credits, the commissionable value of the pack is also paid out in the binary. It's paid out in rank advancement bonuses and other types of bonuses. But the fast start bonus is the entire focus for us to develop a huge income. Even if you don't internalize any other bonus and don't understand them till later, this will give you everything. This is what I realized after months of doing this. I came back and said, okay, the reason I've been successful all these years is I figured out how to simplify the complex. And I came back to something so simple, and they already gave us the roadmap, and this was it. So let's say I sponsor one on the left. I got Will. He does a basic. That's 1 point. Okay. And then B, I sponsor someone that did ultimate pack, Cynthia. There's 3 more. So I've done 4 enrollment points. I need to generate before 60 days 2 more. So let's say I bring in another person. I sell in advance for 2 points. I can put them on either side, wherever I want to put them, or start a third leg if I wanted. But the point is, I did 6 enrollment points within 60 days. You need to at least put 1 point on one side. So it takes away the charity mentality. Everybody's got to build 2 teams. Okay. That's the goal. The only downside of any binary, if you haven't worked a binary, is if you're living on 1 leg. Okay, that may not be the best plan for one person, so building 2 is the key. Now, the next step, help 2 get 2. Each with an ultimate pack makes it easy because you have 4 ultimate packs there. That's 12 enrollment points. Now, here's how step 3 works. Step 3, within 90 days, once you finish step 2, they call them donuts in the back office. You click on the fast start, and that's where you should be looking for the first until it's all completed. Now, I did it in a couple weeks or less, and other people that have been in the industry do it very quickly. We want to do it. Certainly, our goal is 30 days, but 60 days if I take a guy off the street is what my intention is. I put him on a track to get him there in 60 days. And that's what I want to do. So I'm going to help 2 find 2. Okay, now me, A, and B. So if I sponsor John and Will, okay, we have to do between us sell 12 enrollment points. So if we sell 12 enrollment points between us, even if I did it or you did it, as long as 1 point comes or 2 points come from one side, you can't all be on one side, you will then hit the 3rd step, another 1380. And the 4th step, in 120 days, they want you to hit X team. X meaning 10. That's your personal customer. Your store hits a position called X team. That's 10 personal customer subscriptions and 50 credits. Okay. Now you could be X team with just 10 customer points, but to get the fast start, they have to be premier or subscription customers to get the extra 173. That's the only difference. If you're making a note, X Team is not required to have subscription or / premier customers, but to get the fast start, you need to have them be subscription. In the US, everyone should be a subscription customer because there's no penalty to cancel. There's no contract. There's no hassle to get out of it. In Europe and other parts of the world, that is not the case. In case you're building internationally, it is not. That's why on my YouTube channel, I have 2 different customer acquisition training recordings, because it is different. Okay, I love the US model, and it's another reason this is the best market in the world, because legally you can't penalize people for breaking a subscription like with Google or anything like that. So I tried to get people to X Team in their first 30 days. I say, look, I became my own customer of my store. Stacy became a customer of my customer account, because when I became a customer, I got an email with a customer ID and my own customer store and my own password. So then I sent that website link to Stacy, my fiance. Then she became my customer. Okay. All those points counted toward me going X Team. So we made X Team before we really got beyond, my dad and, my kids. Yeah, we had enough people. But the reason the company makes this, the qualification at 120 days, is something you should make a note about. Okay. And again, I'm getting into training with you guys. Okay. The kits that we've been talking about, the basic, I'm going to go back and show you this because this is advanced training for you guys, maybe more than you want. Okay. Each of these packs, okay, you see a credit value. Basic is 30, advanced is 90, and ultimate is 150. Okay. So make a note of this. The first 4 months, anybody comes in and buys any pack, they get 3 income centers, 01, 02, 03. Now they can build up to 4 legs now, 4 teams. Okay, 02 left, right, 03 left, right. You double dip on all of it. Okay, allows you to get paid more money by spreading the volume. If you're in a perfect world, 4 legs, right? But here's what's interesting. In the first 4 months during the fast start, you are given a grace period on your qualifications. And also, you're given something at the very bottom of this slide. It says kits include ECB. Make a note. That acronym is Enrollment Credit Bonus. For the first 120 days, your credits are doubled. So that 30 becomes 60. The advanced becomes 90, goes to 180. Your 150 becomes 300. Those are fully commissionable on your team commission. They help rank advance you to higher positions. That helps qualify you for all the different bonuses. So what happens after the first 4 months is this. If you are not, and now I'll go through the fast start again, if you're not X Team by the end of your first month, starting your 5th month, you will lose ECB. You're back to just, let's use the ultimate pack. That 300 credits goes back to 150 until you're X Team. And then your ECB kicks back in. So I wondered when I first started, why did they put X Team with 4 months? I'm thinking people should do that in 1 month. They shouldn't wait 4 months. Then I said, this makes logical sense. They know people don't understand all the rules and all the moving parts, but if people follow the rule, in their 5th month, they have retained their ECB. So all the wholesale, which is when people buy those basic, advanced, and ultimate, I look at that as wholesale business. You're getting double the credits or double the pay on all of it. So ECB is important, and you need to be what's called X Team after 4 months. Your first 4 months, you don't have to worry about it. You're automatically given it because you bought a pack. Okay, but after that, we want everyone at X Team. Don't wait. Get everyone there in your first month is what your goal is. Okay, so everybody got a note on that and understand it. Now, just preparing you for next month. This is something I did not understand when I signed up 1 year ago, February. Okay, they had the same thing happen in March, ECBX. Well, I was so confused over these terms, and I really didn't. We were running before we learned to crawl and walk, which is sometimes a mistake. But we just put people in, went like hell, and then figured it out later. A couple times a year, they do this promotion that drives recruiting like crazy. And that's going to happen in March. Now, the month before, like right now, you have to do something, and they have, what they call these action points. You got to get some customers or sell some, like if you sponsored somebody for an ultimate pack, that gives you your action points. They call it 8 to get qualified. You'll see that in the back office. I'm not going to go through all the details on that. Just realize the point is do something this month to be eligible for next month. Now, next month, that ultimate pack will be worth 450 credits instead of 300. So everything we're working like hell in February to get as big a team together, and then in the month of March go help everybody sponsor 2 ultimate packs and blow the roof off of promotions, rank advancement bonuses, all the other bonuses. You'll see everybody will hit their highest rank of the year. Next month we'll have a record month. So it keeps pushing the production, and they do this maybe every quarter or every 3 or 4 months. But the next one is March. It's called ECBX, meaning extra. So that's coming up. Now, the one note that if you read the documents, where that 300 credits for an ultimate pack is fully commissionable, that extra 150 is used for rank advancements and other bonuses, but that 150 credits commission is not paid in the team commission because it would break the model. Okay, but it's used for every other kind of bonus. Okay, so just again, a side note for you guys that are experienced. For new people, I'm already way over your head and you're drowning in terms. That's all right. Just follow the fast start. First 30 days, first week, right? You do what? You first start out, you go on your auto order. Let's get it for free. Okay, that's your Q team. Q mean qualified, 4 customer points. Get your 20 credits, get your 115. Let's sponsor 2 ultimate packs or equivalent, 460. That's your 6 enrollment points. Help 2 to get 12 enrollment points by you and your A and B or whoever. That's 1380. Go X team, that's up to 2128. But what you don't realize, you also made some retail, 115. You already made some team commission from your binary. You would have made a 10% override on your credits. You have an enrollment bonus because you help people get customers. They enroll, and then you made. You've earned a new title or a couple new titles. That's how you can get up to 2875 for the fast start. So we're training and teaching the fast start. That makes you a silver. If you do this, as soon as you've done that fast start, as I showed you, you're silver. When you break 4 silvers in your organization, you're making 920 a month. So if you're breaking 4 silvers every month, that's what you're making, okay, within your team. If you break 4 executives, you're making diamond. That's really important because this is a very strong middle class of earners in Zinzino. A lot of people making $4 or $5 grand a month in that area. That's 12,000 balanced credits. Okay. Now you can make more money instead of having 12,000 just in 2 legs, which is the diagram here. If you had 12,000 spread evenly in 4 legs, so let's just say you have center 1, income center 2, income center 3, and you put 4 lines in, each doing 3,000, that's still 12,000 balanced credits, your diamond. But you're going to make more money because you're spending the income center 2 and spending income center 3, as well as earning the 4,600 from the top position. So you can earn more money by going wider. So the question is, when do you go wide and how many? Well, that really depends on the individual. If you're a networker, you have a huge contact base, you're full time, it's obviously a different story than if I'm taking, my, person off the street, my sister's never done network marketing and say, look, you're part time, let's go 4 wide. That's not good advice. Drive 2 legs with them. They can get to 20,000 a month on 2 legs. Wait till they have 2 stable legs before they add a 3rd and 4th. So it's really on an individual basis. But, knowing John's background and reading some of your histories, I didn't want to leave this out. Okay. So again, that was just an example. 4 of these diamonds are going to make you a crown. I have an unusual story, but I was able to do crown in 3 weeks because I brought a team of 100 or so people that, I should have brought thousands, but it really was a terrible transition. I got left with a mess, but we did have, 100 plus people get started with me out of the gate. So it's not a fair story, but, I blew past crown right off the bat. And then I went to black crown, again in 7 weeks, which they said was a record. No one had done that. And I was far, far over that. So again, this is just to give you the idea of how this works. Now let's go to some other pieces of the puzzle. Okay. Is everybody okay with what I showed so far? All right.
Sounds good.
Let's go into, I tell people pick a title, 2 teams, 3 teams, 4 teams. But when I looked at this, I said, how do they come up with those numbers? I like to dig into the numbers. So I read every piece of document the company has. I wrote down the positions to memorize them. I have to write them down. I rewrote them again. I figured how many recruits at Ultimate Packs to get to a level, how many customers I made. Well, if I did half recruiting, that's the wholesale, the Ultimate Packs and so forth. I'm going to go faster, but it's not a stable promotion. It's the customers that will create the stability so that I don't have to every month, I whether I wake up or not, I got enough customers to be at this level. So, and then anywhere in between. So the company gives you some, averages of how many customers it takes to maintain a position. So I created this myself. Okay. I took those numbers that you're seeing here, all of these numbers and these titles, and I created this sheet. So here's all your ranks, the same slide. Here's their average income. This is what the company has. But then this is the actual credits needed or sales of your organization to earn those different ranks. Okay, this is based on the size of your group. So I went through all of this to really learn how this works. So 375 doubles to 750, doubles to 150, 3,000, 6,000. So your business is doubling up till about here. Then it's a little less, 50,000 increments after that. Okay, then this is a big jump. Okay, so that's the actual, computer will rank advance you based on that. Now, in a balance of binaries, there are some that you have to do equal on each side, 50-50, to get paid on that. Some you don't get paid on the power leg at all. You get paid on all the others. Here, I love it. It's a fair system. Okay. You have a 1/3, 2/3, or 2 to 1. So I'm going to give you an illustration of how that works so you understand it. But I also then calculated how many, if I had no recruiting, no Ultimate Packs, none of that, this is the average customers you would take to maintain that. So I'm not even at 15,000. I'm a Royal Ambassador, but I don't even have 25,000 customers yet. I'm 11,000 short right now, or a little less than 11,000. But I've been well over Black Crown. Okay, because I'm doing all the recruiting. But with 15,000 customers, whether I get out of bed or not, whether or not anybody joins the team, I'll always be sitting at Black Crown just on customers. So again, I'm covering a lot of stuff advanced with you guys today, but 2 teams take you to Black Crown, 3 teams can take you to there. And again, those are averages. President is obviously where this group is looking at. 4 lines, driving to the serious residual, also getting yourself to the stock. Now, here's the example I've been teaching the binary. How does 1 to 2 or 1/3, 2/3 work? Okay. The company's pay cycle is weekly. We end tonight. The waiting room closes a few hours where you sponsor people a few hours before the end of the month. It's Central European time. Since it's a European company, 6 o'clock Eastern is the end of the week on Wednesday. So today at 6 o'clock, the week ends. It also ends on the last day of the month. Okay. And they shut down the waiting room and they calculate a monthly bonus. So here we are. We're ending the week tonight at 6 Eastern. What they lose, look at all the sales from the previous week. And in this example, we did 250 on our left side of all of our teams to the left of center one. On the center right, we did 1,000 credits. That could be packs, it could be reorders. And what happens is take the lowest number, in this case 250, you get paid on that, and then double it. You can get paid up to 500 on the other side. So that's 1-to-2 ratio, right? So in this case, I would get credited for 250 on the left, I'd get paid on, double it is 500. Now they deduct 500 from the right. So the way it works is I'm eligible for 10% team commission on 750 credits. Now, they use the term pay point, which is euros, and then they convert it around the world. So we're getting 1.15 conversion. So we're getting 115 dollars for every 100 euros you would see. But in this case, you're getting 10% of the 750 credits. Okay, 10%, which is 10% in euro or pay points. Okay, now here's what happens. Your credits from your right side are actually put in the bank from the previous week. So for the first 4 months, again, you got some grace period. They'll continue to carry your credits forward. You won't lose them. But here's why X team is also important. Okay. Oh, no, excuse me, Q team. You never want to end a month. Excuse me. You never want to end a month without being Q team. That's 4 customer points and 20 credits. Why is that important? If I end the month and I'm not there, they flush all my credits that are in the bank. You never want to have your credits flush. So make sure they match for at least 4 points with at least 20 credits after their first 4 months. That's critical, or they lose their banking. Okay? Everybody understood that? John, you got that piece? Okay.
Sorry, I'm muted again.
All right. You understand?
Yeah, that was great info. Yeah.
Okay. Again, I'm going deeper than maybe you guys need right now, especially if you're newer, but I'd rather get you guys trained up as soon as possible.
I think this is very important, and I think everybody is with you. And if not, we got it recorded, so we'll be able to review it.
All right. Now in this week 2, we did 1,500 on the left, no new business on the right. Okay, so the computer ends at 6 o'clock tonight. They shut down. It does all the calculation on Thursday. You go to your back office. It says finances. You can see where your commissions will be coming, and you can pull the money out the following Monday. Okay, so what I'm now looking at is, in this case, I still had 500 from the week before in the bank, so I'm eligible to pay it on 500. I can double that to 1,000, so deduct 1,000 from the left. Now I'm getting paid on 1,500, 10%, or 150 euros is what I would be paid on that for this period. Now that leaves me 500 for the following week in the bank for the left. So that's just the concept of the binary, how the 1/3 to 2/3 is calculated week to week. The question is, how do you get to the highest? Go from 10 to 15%. Well, the 15% is calculated when you hit 3,000 total credits. So if I did 3,000 credits for the week, I'm now getting paid 15% on all my income centers. Not 10%, I'm getting 15%. So what that would mean is that I would, in this case, I did 1,500 left, 1,500 right. I would give 15% of 3,000. That would be 450 pay points, which is 450 euros. I would be getting a week from that. Okay, so you want to get yourself up long term, you need to be 3,000 plus a week is where you're going to get your most bang for your buck in return for your volume. Okay, so that's the binary. That's how I teach the binary when I'm doing training. But this is the base training for everyone. When I go into basic training, I teach the fast start. I say, hey, look, pick an income position. This is your roadmap. I call it a GPS, but it's more like an old-fashioned map. My success over the years is I think I simplify the complex sometimes, and I say, let's break it down to one step. What can I teach someone to do? How can I, make it simple? I said, look, I probably confused you with RCB, ECB, ECBX, all these different points. My entire business is built on this one piece of paper. I say, print this out. I want to review. Zinzino for free. You need to know it. Get your auto order, check. 4+ personal points, you may need more. Okay, 20 credits. Has to match up to get 115 from the fast start. Now you're going to get your $79 auto order free. That means a free bottle of oil every month and a test every 4 months. Let's all duplicate that. So that's that first click, click, click. That's you. Now, to get to Black Crown in a year or whatever time frame, it depends on us duplicating this and how quickly. You want to go faster, go faster. So I say, look, we sponsor 2 that do Zinzino for free. And hopefully they each buy an ultimate pack of the equivalent. If they do that, you're making $460. Help those 2 do the same. You're making another $1,380. All the bonuses put you to $2,850. So what I do, John, is I tell people, look, I'm non-negotiable about this. My job is to coach you, guide you, and help you. Let's get into your contact list. Let's find your 2 people. Do you have your Zinzino for free yet? We got 60 days to get the 2. Let's get them in 14 days. Let's get them in 7 days. Let's train those 2 to get 2. And again, experienced people, we blow through this in a couple of weeks to 30 days. Long term, we want everyone learning how to compress the 120 into 60 and keep duplicating it. Why? Because of this. And this is how I show people how you get to Black Crown and make 23,000. It's about duplication. See, if I put that chart in everyone's hand and hold them accountable to it, even though we got a fancy back office and all that stuff that you can look at, here's, I'm giving them a target they can see. The first month, I'm going to say, what? Fast Start, sponsor 2 partners. Let's put the ultimate packs, let's put that volume aside. Let's put all the money aside for that. Let's just show you how to build a residual with customers that will sustain Black Crown or above. Those 2 people do what? Something controllable. Zinzino for free with 4 customers. I can control that with my kids, my parents, my family, my wife. Next thing you know, I have 8 new customers because I sponsored 2 that got 4. I get 8, nothing exciting. The compound effect in my second month is those 2 sponsored 2. We're now filling out that document, 2 getting 2. Everybody got their Zinzino for free. We're at 16. Add it to the 8, we're at 24. Again, nothing to write home about. We're making fast start money. We're not making real residuals. Third month, those people are all teaching that document. 2 getting 2 turns into 8. You know how that works. Each getting 4 customers is 32 added to 24. You're 56, you're bronze. Woohoo, 58 a month residual. And most people are, that's why if they don't buy the packs, they're not going to stay in to even get to this point. If they're in the fast start, that keeps them interested until we can get them to accomplish these steps, right? Now, but this works even if think about that. This works with nobody buying a pack. Okay, this really works with nobody just buying a pack, but it's dumb because it's not the way to build a business. You'll never do it, and you'll never make any money up front. You won't keep people in. Your 4th month, the same duplication will put you at silver. Okay, you're at 230. You want to be moving up to your X team with 10 customers, and truthfully, this model also depends on you being at A team and getting double commissions and credits on all those customers. So now that we talked about silver, that's the fast start, right? You should be doing it in half the time. If you keep doubling, you'd be moving up. In your 6th month, you're making about $1,000. Your executive, 7th month, 8th month. It's what? It's the compound effect of network marketing that I've been teaching for 35 years. Two getting two, everybody getting a few customers. So if you duplicated this for 12 months, you'd be Black Crown 23,000. By the way, you'd have double the customers you really need to maintain a Black Crown. If you had no recruiting and just customers, the average commissionable value is about 15,000 customers to hold Black Crown month in and month out. And that's with no wholesale business. You'd have more than double that. So you see how crazy this really is? I'm not asking anybody to be Superman. If everyone got 10 customers, you'd be sitting at over 80,000 customers. And that's if everybody did the fast start the way we want them to. If they all go to 18, they qualify for their refund. They get, they get double on the reorders, as well as double on the wholesale, on the packs. You'd be at 200,000. We'd break the bank. So why I broke it down to that sheet and showing this and getting people to understand what we're trying to do, right? Is how do you get it to happen? It comes back to this. Take one step. If you can build the basic building block, it's the foundation for the big income. Duplicate, 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 duplicate. So I'm going to give you guys all these slides. You'll be able to take these, just, the basics, sharing the product, sharing the opportunity, building events.